Hey guys, welcome to a video that I've been itching to do for so long. We are today doing a palette declutter, and it's gonna be a two-parter because I already know that I can't make a lot of decisions right now, but this is gonna also dictate my shop my stashes going forward. This is my desk. You've seen it multiple times during my shop my stash. I pulled out of my drawer all of the eyeshadow palettes that I had in my drawer in my Alex that you usually see during my shop my stashes. I have a pile of single eyeshadow palettes here, and I think that I'm going to tackle separately. For now, in this video, I am going to go through all of my pre-made eyeshadow palettes and make a first division between things that I'm definitely gonna declutter and things that I'm definitely gonna keep and things that I'm not sure of. So this is gonna be a little bit of a part one declutter, and what I'd like to do then is to use the maybes more regularly and one by one get them out of my collection. So let's and one more thing, this is gonna be the beginning of a declutter of my whole collection, of course. Lipsticks are also out of control. I have a lot of lip liners, I have a lot of single eyeshadows, face palettes, other stuff that I want to get rid of. So I'm gonna see how that proceeds in the next coming weeks. But for now, I'm gonna start with eyeshadows, mainly because I am a bit overwhelmed and I have a lot on my wish list. There's gonna be a video out on my current holiday 2019 wish list. I'm not sure if it will be up before or after this one, but in case it is out, I will link it in the cards. And yeah, let's get started. First things, something that I'm definitely not going to get rid of are my three melt palettes, and here we have a Radioactive, which I just did a review on. I love this palette. I think it is absolutely great. It's not something I will use a lot of, but it is really good quality and I really like it for some crazy out there looks. Smoke Sessions pretty much has answered all of my green prayers and necessities, so I am really enjoying the quality of this and the aesthetic, everything. And Gemini has proved to be a very good everyday palette. So especially this neutral side I use a lot, just one or two browns on the lid, and happy days. And then the greens work very well for me. I know that there could be a few different green undertones in my collection other than these, so that is also something to keep in mind. These will be staying in my collection for sure. I love them. I will use them forever. No, I don't know. Yeah, I am actually excited to bring more melt palettes in my collection with the holiday launch. So these are gonna be in the keep pile. Then let's go through my small palettes. Neon Orange by Huda Beauty. Here she is. I really enjoyed it this summer. I used pops of this here and there. I think I really like it, and it has shades that I do not have anywhere else. I showed you in my Melt Cosmetics Radioactive review that there are some overlap shades in here. Again, go see that one for specifics, but I like this palette. It works well for what I wanted to do, and I am going to keep this one for now. I enjoyed it this summer. Just My Luck instead, I think it's gonna go. I have used it a little bit. It was in my shop my stash a few months ago, and to be honest, I don't need these eyeshadows. This is quite boring. This is just a poopy brown, and yeah, I have these shades elsewhere, I feel, and I don't need to keep it. It's sad because I really wanted it and I was like so excited, but I am going to declutter this one. I didn't mention before, I will put all of my decluttered items that are in good condition and I can sanitize in my Instagram stories for a sale. My sale is going to be available for international shipping, and I work with PayPal usually for processing payments. I always think it's a good medium, and you'll see this coming on Instagram as I declutter each and every category. So this is gonna go in the declutter pile. Mulak Cosmetics Kali. This is a very beautiful capsule palette, as you can see here. I haven't used it a ton. I used it when I first got it, and one of the main interesting shades for me was this gold, as well as this glitter that looks white in the pan, but it has some lime and orange shifts that looks fantastic. I think I want to give this more chance and use it again. Overall, I think it's a really good mini palette, but I never find it sufficient to use on its own. So I'm gonna keep this for now. Dream Street has been a favorite of mine for ages and ages and ages. Really, really a favorite eyeshadow palette. It has everything, and I often travel with this because you can do neutral looks, you can do a little bit of pop of colors, you can do my favorite blues, and yeah, this is such a great palette. This year's summer holiday was the first year that I did not travel with it, I think. I can't remember, or I didn't really use it much. But for example, this rose gold is my mom's favorite color eyeshadow, and I always do her makeup with that one, and it has value also for those memories, including my wedding. So this is gonna definitely stay in my collection. Good Sport is in my Shop My Stash of the month of November, and I did a look with it yesterday using the this shade here, Reckless, with the green on the lid and a bit of this smooth blended in the crease. I really like it. The quality of this is great. Do I need these shades? Not particularly. These two I really never use. This I never use. This I've used very rarely. But it's in my Shop My Stash this month, and I want to give it a good shot before I decide if I keep it or not. So this is gonna be in testing for the coming weeks. Colored Rain Safari palette. Safari Rain palette, actually. This is absolutely beautiful. These metallics are unbeatable, and I just purchased this, so this is definitely gonna stay. The Bella Vita palette by Mulak Cosmetics. This is another one of my green favorites, or green palettes, and you can see here the two glitters are the most striking things in this palette. I think the mattes work well, but they're not so... This palette is not so memorable that I actually remember to use it. I will give it another shot. I don't think I will miss it in my collection, and that is something that I need to, yeah, remember to keep in mind, because I haven't missed it and I don't think I need it. So maybe it is a good thing and I should just let it go. Shall we do that? This will be decluttered as well. And then again, if nobody buys it, then I'll just keep it. It's always a question with these declutters. I never know what to do with the palettes that actually nobody buys and I don't want to throw away. So they just stay in this limbo of, yeah, I don't have friends to give these things to, because, yeah, I'm the only one who likes makeup. Going through a few easy ones. Sultry, love it, love it, love it. Can't get without. Soft Glam, love it. Neutral palettes that I actually use and wear, and I'm very happy to have. They're staying. And now these three Anastasia palettes are more difficult to decide. Subculture, I haven't used and I never reach for, because I always think it's so difficult to use. And in the morning, I'm not up for the fuss of using it. I don't want to risk having a failed makeup. I'll give this one another shot before I declutter it, but I think it's gonna go. I really think this is gonna go. Prism is also something that I haven't used. in a long time. I just saw my friend Joe use this shade here and it looked amazing. It's a really bright neon yellow. But to be honest, this one can go because I never reach for it. These shades are beautiful and the palette works really well, but somehow I'm not inspired to use it. I'm not really into it that much. So I think this one is gonna go. And Modern Renaissance is also gonna go, guys. I just never got into loving this palette. You can see I used it very little and I don't know. In principle, on paper, it has everything you need and all the good things, but it just doesn't work for me. So I am definitely gonna declutter this one. And this is the last pile because these are single eyeshadows and I'm not sure I can deal with that in the same speedy way that I'm dealing with pre-made palettes right now. I'm gonna start with Dose of Colors. This is the Desi X Katie Friendcation palette. I raved about this a lot because this has all that you need. I don't know if it's better if there is reflection or not. All that you need for your neutral eye. You have these beautiful transition shades, and then you also have some very, very like striking glass-like wet-looking shimmers. So this is a beautiful palette that I have to remember to use more of, but I love it and I will keep it definitely. Oh, difficult one here, Kat Von D 10-year anniversary. I don't support Kat Von D. I had purchased this before the whole vaccine situation, but yeah, it is actually quite beautiful. I have to say, you can see that it is almost unused. What I did use often were these shades right here. The gold topper is beautiful. This green works well. This green is very pretty. But for the rest, I've used it very, very little, and I think I can miss it in my collection. So I am going to declutter this one as well. And the mirror is so beautiful, by the way. Like, I actually used it to do my makeup during for my wedding, where I was not in my setup. I was at my parents' house in Italy, and yeah, that worked really well. I think this is a very nice palette, but it's not, I don't know, I don't really reach for it. So it can go. Mulak Cosmetics Different 2. I don't know why I bought this, you guys. I wanted it because it felt so unique and I wanted to try more Mulak eyeshadows and support the brand. But to be honest, yeah, there's nothing here that makes my heart beat. I thought this blue wood and the quality of this is really good. I used it also on camera, I think, when I go get ready with me. I think the quality of this is really good, but it doesn't really make my heart beat. This neon orange I've never used. This red is great. Too bad that when you blend it out, it pulls a little bit more pink than it looks in the pan. So yeah, overall, this can go. The quality is really, really good, but I think it's just not for me. This, in principle, it's a single eyeshadow palette, but I don't have any other, so this is a complete palette for me. This is my We Makeup eyeshadow palette, and I had a full review of this, and I didn't like the mattes. I loved the shimmers, but I haven't used it since. So I really think this can go, and I hope someone else will be happy for it. I know there are a lot of people that love the formula, it just didn't work for me, so this one will go for sure. Ooh, The Tribe by Juvia's Place. We went together through the duping process of this. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the cards. I have dupes for all of these, absolutely. And I think that I can live without this palette. I don't need it, and I'm just gonna declutter it. It's going better than I thought. Colored Rain Vivid Pigment and Shadows. This was a I don't know, a bit of an impulse buy last year with Black Friday. I had bought a few of the singles separately, and then this one was much cheaper. So I sold my singles and I kept this guy. I think this one is a great addition to my collection because I do not have a lot of these blue and purple brights. And the quality of these is very good, and I think it really... yeah, it really packs a punch. My two favorite ones, as you can see, the most used are Squad and Yacht Life, these blue and green. They're really, really good eyeshadows. So I'm gonna keep this palette. It's my Brights palette, and I have to remember about her when I look at something like the Vizard palette and I feel like, oh, I should really have it. But I shouldn't. I should just remember how good this one is, and that I can use this for any colorful looks. So this one I'm keeping for sure. And now my two Morphe palettes. The Jaclyn Hill palette, I thought I was done with it. So this is from the first run, so it's still in the cardboard that is all dirty, and it doesn't have the shade name, so I stuck the little paper in here. But once I opened it today, I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. Look at all these browns, look at all these shimmers. This is so beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is actually use it, pull it out, put it in this maybe pile that I have right here, and use it because it's so beautiful that I don't know why I didn't use it before. And why I'm so obsessed with Sultry, I know, with let's say the mattes of Soft Glam, but why am I not obsessed with these? I don't know. So I'm gonna pull it out and use it. These shades speak to me so much right now, and these for summer are always such a good idea. And yeah, I'm just gonna pull it out and use it a little bit more before I decide that it's time to go. The other Morphe palette I have is the 35M Boss Mood. And this one I did also a full review with a ton of looks with this palette, and yeah, I wasn't in love with the mattes. I remember I liked the shimmers. I used them all except for one or two shades maybe. I don't remember. I will link the video up here with all the reviews and looks that I did with this palette. And yeah, I think I want to give it another shot. I think it looks beautiful for fall, and especially like this area I love, the greens I love, and yeah, I'm gonna give it another shot. It's gonna be in the maybe pile. Very good. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the maybe pile. These will probably be in my next Shop My Stash. Right now the Shop My Stash I have is with all my favorites, so I am indulging myself this month for stuff that I love. Good Sport is in the Shop My Stash, this month of things to try, and these I will either pull out when needed. I'll just keep them on my desk without having them officially to be used. So these are my maybes, and these are the palettes that are gonna go. 4 maybes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decluttered, and these you will see, as I mentioned, on my Instagram when I decide to sell them. They'll get a good clean because yeah, I hadn't cleaned them for myself. And these are the palettes I'm keeping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 palettes I'm keeping. 8 declutters, 4 maybes. I think it didn't go too bad, and I hope this was entertaining for you. Let me know down below if you think I made bad decisions and if I should have done it differently. I actually feel quite good about this process, so I might tackle some single eyeshadows, or at least start swatching them all and deciding which ones I should get rid of. It's very difficult, but for the palettes, this is what it is. Maybe going, staying. I hope it was entertaining. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's much more fun decluttering coming up, since my whole collection needs to be pared down. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed with things I want versus the things I have versus the things I have and I don't need anymore and I don't want in my collection, and just clutter my my drawer. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!